Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Well, I welcome you in another video which is aiming at writing descriptive writing. I know that descriptive writing has always been a difficult thing for most of the students, and they actually keep themselves off this type of writing, and most of the students, they don't choose this question when it comes in the Cambridge exam. But today I'm going to completely explain descriptive writing, and I'm sure that your most of the ideas are going to be cleared after watching this video till the end, and I'll be telling you in a sequential way that how to describe something according to what Cambridge requirement is. So if you are new on my channel, please subscribe it and like and share it with others also, and watch this video till the end and share it with others as well. Now, descriptive writing actually a part of writing paper section 2, which is called composition paper. In this, you are given 5 questions, and out of 5 questions, the descriptive writing is the first question asked. This is a question which mostly students don't attempt because it is little challenging and we are not practiced for it. But even if we are not going to choose this topic, the most chosen question in this part is a narrative writing, that is story writing. Even when we are writing story, then for a good and a best story, we need to describe things here. So this video is not only going to choose descriptive writing as a question, but in case if you're going to write a narrative writing, it's going to help you. So let's see what descriptive writing is. The word descriptive itself is telling that we are going to describe something. We are going to give details about something. We are going to use the words in a way that we are going to create a picture of it in the reader's mind. For this type of question, you can be asked to describe some person. You can be asked to describe a place, which is mostly asked in Cambridge exam, or you can be asked to describe some animal, or you can be asked to talk about some scene, which is repeated question in Cambridge. Today's question, which is in front of us, let's see. Describe the best meal you have ever eaten. So you're going to talk about meal first of all. Remember, you must describe the place. You must talk about the atmosphere and the people. So it's mean that it is actually a combination of all these things. Remember that when you are describing something, you are actually not telling a story, okay? These things confuses students that they start telling a story. So descriptive writing is not a story writing. It is actually talking about that scene in detail, giving the picture in word of that particular scene or people or person, so that you are showing that you have an art to use the words in a very creative way, and your reader can picture that thing in his mind. When you are to write a descriptive writing, you actually have to show the things. You don't have to tell them. You have to use the words in such a way that you can create such scene which is in front of you in reader's mind without showing this picture. So look at this scene here. You can see that there are many details. You can see that even in this picture, there are a lot of colors. You can see there is a patchwork of colors. You can see the background. So first of all, you actually must keep all these details in your mind, and then you should use your words in such a clever and wise manner that your reader is able to see this scene without actually looking at this. So look at this sample of this scene's description. The cool evening wind moaned, toying with the tiring tree branches. Leaves tumbled off the tile roof. So you can see the careful use of the words, and fell to the ground, burying the yard under a patchwork quilt of yellow and brown. A curious squirrel scampered down the trunk and disappeared into a rustle of leaves. I'm sure that when we are to talk about this scene, we might not observe all these details. So first of all, for writing a good descriptive writing, you have to attend to the details. These are the 4 requirements of descriptive writing. And the first and foremost thing is to attend to the details, that pay very careful attention to the detail. As I have just shown you in the previous slide, that how careful observations are made by the writer while talking about that particular scene. Then descriptive language has to be used. And in this, vivid verbs and precise adjectives are on the top. That your word choice should be such that you are actually using the words to create an image in your reader's mind. Then you must use such words that are actually satisfying your readers' all senses. Then the organization comes. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about all these things one by one, and we are going to clear all of your confusions. The first and the foremost thing is that you have to pay attention to the details. Okay, very carefully you have to talk about the scene. Look at this, the cool evening. This talks about the atmosphere. The word cool talks about the atmosphere. Moaned, sound of the wind, toying with the tiring tree branches. Look at this. Tiring tree branches is talking about the branches, leaves tumbled off the tiled roof. We are told that how is the floor, it's tiled and fell to the ground, burying the yard under a patchwork quilt of yellow and brown. This is sight imagery. We have just seen in the previous slide that the different colors leaves have covered that tile roof. A curious squirrel scampered down the trunk and disappeared into a rustle of leaves. So look at this, that the writer has shown us that he has ample words to describe the thing. He has enough vocabulary to talk about all the senses. How can this be done? This can be done by a very careful use of your phrases. These phrases can be your noun phrases, they can be your adjective phrases, or they can be adverb phrases. So actually, the rule is this, that you don't have to leave anything alone. If you're talking about evening, then see that word cool is attached with it to tell us that how was the evening. Okay, if we are talking about wind moving, so we are using a special word to talk about the wind's movement. If you're talking about the tree branches, then it is not alone. The word tiring is showing that how were the tree branches. Then if we are talking about the roof, we did not leave it alone. We told that it was actually a tiled roof. And then when we are showing the detail about the colors. So look at this, that we are using a beautiful imagery quilt of yellow and brown. So when we say squirrel, we don't leave it alone. We attach a word curious. So make a habit that don't leave any word alone. If you're using a noun, please attach something to it. Add your adjectives, specific adjectives. So increase your number, your vocabulary in a way that you have ample adjectives, adverbs to talk about all these things, and your words are not going alone. They are attached with some detail. In this case, the rule of vivid verbs are really very important. And what are vivid verbs? They actually help the readers to clearly picture the readers. For example, if I want to talk about breaking or break verb, I can very carefully use word smash. I can use word fracture. This word is again repeated. If I want to talk about say, I can use word said, I can use word shout, I can use word whisper. According to my requirement and according to my description, I will change the word. I will not always use one word. So use of vivid verbs is really very important. Then in descriptive language, the role of precise adjectives, I have just shown you in the slide, that with the help of your accurate and specific adjectives, like these words, you can actually help your readers to imagine something in their mind. Look at this use of the words. I've already talked about these words: moaned, tumbled, burning the yard, a curious squirrel. I've already talked about this. So I'm sure that with the help of these words, you could picture this image which is in front of you. Another very important thing when you are writing a description is the use of different senses. Now, this sounds new to many of the students because perhaps we have read about senses, but talking about senses in description is really something new. Let's see. We can use some words which are actually enhancing our sight, touch, smell, our hearing, and our taste imagery. How? Look at these words. If you're using the words like buzz or chatter or mumble or rumble, these all words will definitely enhance your hearing senses. They will appeal to your hearing senses, and you will see if I say that the bees were buzzing. So definitely your hearing senses are satisfied. You can like listen these bees buzzing around. If we use this word like spicy, salty, then again these words are actually talking about our taste sense. Similarly, the words rotten, musty, fresh, burnt, these all words definitely help your reader to smell something like there was sweet smell of roses everywhere, or the words like sticky, slippery, prickly, they're actually talking about the feelings. Then there are saying words like lovely, immense, croaked, and there are color words which we have just seen in the description given by the writer in my previous slide. So I'm sure that you are going to focus on using your senses. Definitely bringing all the senses in one description is not possible, but at least one or two sentences can be carefully brought in your description. Whatever you are writing a descriptive writing or you're writing a story, I'm sure that you can definitely get hand on bringing these senses carefully, wisely in your writing. Here you can see the use of senses and you can spot it how this is done. And this has really helped you. The word tired is actually your touch sense. The word moaned is actually your hearing sense. Then the word cool is your touch sense. So this is how. Then yellow and brown is talking about your sight imagery. So this is how you can like bring good description in your writing, and you can choose to write in a very careful way. The last thing is the organization. Well, it's a big question how to start a descriptive writing. Well, as a writer, you are free to choose anyway, but I can help you that how you can organize your descriptive writing. You can describe it by chronological order, by the order of the time that if you're talking about events, then definitely you will describe them in the way they are happening, okay, one by one. The other way it can be by the means of importance, that what is the most important thing that can be talked about first, and then the other things can be discussed later on. Another way can be a very creative way, that is called a specially organized text, where by your own creative idea you can describe things. So this can really help you when you're choosing special order. That can be a way to describe a place. Order of importance is effective when you're talking about people and objects. And definitely chronological order is best for describing the events. But above all, if you're a good writer, you're free to have any way to organize your descriptive writing. I'm sure that this video has really helped you to write good descriptive writing. And I again request you to please subscribe me on the YouTube channel. And please press the like button, it's in front of you, and share this video with others and subscribe my channel as well. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. And please help me with your good comments. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.